in the past few months during the pandemic, we've been hearing a lot about new normal, next normal. You see in the news or even in write-ups, in newspapers, or even in some talk shows, this has been misused or even, abused. Now, in your case, in your personal observation with the trends, how can dive travel businesses adapt to the next normal? Let's hear it first from you, Rabi, and then let's hear it from Adam after.
Okay. So, well, I guess for dive shops in particular, the Department of Tourism has issued out the safety protocols, and I believe this has been done, together with the different stakeholders in the industry. So definitely adhering to those protocols will be very important, and they have to adhere to a standard set of protocols, so that the experience, with any dive shop will be very similar. On in terms of pivoting from a more traditional business, I guess I would invite them to try out the different distribution channels, online platforms. You don't need to join just one platform. A dive shop would do best to join Adam's platform and our platform if they're based here in the Philippines. Because like Adam's website would cater to a particular market. The audience there would be different from maybe the audience that we would be getting in Guide to the Philippines. So I think that's really the way to go in this new normal situation that we're in. More people are now accustomed to booking things online, researching online because of less face-to-face interactions. And I think, as Adam mentioned, the growth of these niche marketplaces will continue, because you need that personal touch, you need that expertise, which is harder to get in a platform that caters to, to all markets all over the world.
Yeah, I think the phrase "the new normal" is obviously a bit of a buzz one that we're all using at the moment, and I think essentially it's just there to cover what's going to be happening over the next kind of 12 to 24 months. From the operator's perspective, I think there's two ways of looking at it, or two things to consider. First, there's the operational side, around the new procedures they adopt, sanitizing stations, reduced numbers on boats, how equipment is cleaned, flexible booking policies, etc. But that's kind of just operational. It might be frustrating and hard to adopt some of them, but it's kind of similar to a guest expecting that you run your kitchen in a very clean and hygienic way. They expect you to fill your dive tanks with good air, and that your equipment is maintained properly. So there's these expectations they have of your service, and if you're adopting new procedures, those will just become inherent expectations that we will get used to quite quickly. Not to say it isn't frustrating to have to kind of implement some of them. From the other side, though, I'm seriously excited about scuba diving and ocean travel moving forwards. Going back to the trends of people wanting to go big, stay home. If they're going big, it's going to be big bucket list experiences. There's also a massive push towards traveling with an impact, and ocean experiences open themselves up to that a lot as well. A lot of operators offer, conservation-focused courses or programs so they can help out with research. So that's going to be a big thing moving forwards. Before I wrap up on that, there's some insight we've had from our customers. We did a very big survey with our community recently, and we identified what we saw as an eco gap. So of our customers, 84% of them want to book more eco-friendly travel options, but 75% of them don't really know what to be looking for or understand how to book more eco options. So there's a huge energy to travel more impactfully, but they need help in getting the right information. So I think all operators should be talking very loudly about what they do and be very proud of it. And the other very exciting thing we saw is that 92% of our customers want to become more conscious, kind of better divers. improve their buoyancy so they don't hit the reef. They want to get involved in impact experiences. So there's a huge demand for that. So when you kind of combine all that together, I feel when it comes to like bucket lists, traveling to remote destinations where you're not on a city break with thousands of other people, you're not staying in 100+ room hotels, you're staying in boutique, lovely local operators, and you're doing an activity that inherently is fairly socially distant. So it kind of ticks all the boxes for the ideal travel opportunity in 2021. So I think there's a lot to be excited for countries like Philippines and across the Coral Triangle that offer incredible underwater experiences, essentially.
Yeah. Adam, you mentioned about selling dive travel products that are into conservation programs also. How do you usually do this? Do you just gather those who are divers who are into conservation and just bring them to a destination, or you have to coordinate also to the local government to ensure what are their programs, what are top priorities, what are the do's and don'ts, and what are allowable in that area? How do you usually organize such a travel product?
So we're actually working on something that we'll be launching early next year, which is a whole new product line that's focused specifically on impact experiences. I guess it's a bit of a secret announcement, but so this is coming together at the moment. There are basically two different types, I would say. There are volunteer or kind of internship opportunities where you stay for a kind of a length of time with an organization doing conservation or research work. So that can be from 1 week up to 12 weeks. So that's more of a longer term thing. But there's also a lot of courses that operators, that just dive shops will offer, that are kind of conservation focused courses around fish identification or coral or so on. So there's even just some short-term experiences you can get involved in as well. But there's plenty out there, and it's really nice to learn more and get more deeply invested in our oceans.
I'm sorry, Adam, if I put you in a difficult situation.
Oh, no,
asking you something, and now you are sharing your secret. Don't worry, it's just me and the two of you in Zoom, plus the 100 million
not thousands
viewers
of people.
the show.
Yeah.
You are safe. Don't worry. Yeah.
No.